Lately on Cardano, there's been one big question as stablecoin liquidity is rising, is when is the coveted USDC coming to Cardano in its native form? Now, when you ask this question, it's been a big popular topic on Twitter. A lot of people are saying, well, we have USDC via the on-chain bridge. We also have USDT, we have Solana, we have Ethereum. You can use those tokens via a bridge, but I think you and I know that like bridges can be a little unsafe, although this on-chain bridge is relatively been pretty good, right? But the question still remains, when is Cardano getting USDC natively on-chain? Because I think we all know USDC native on a chain builds a certain amount of respect, a certain amount of liquidity, and there's a certain amount of things that people think happen when you get USDC on-chain. Now, if you've never been a part of the conversation on Twitter or you forgot where we left off, the big thing that was happening originally months ago, earlier in 2024, late 2023, when USDC was really getting talked about coming to Cardano natively, the big drama that happened is Circle quoted the Cardano Foundation an 8-figure sum, basically $10 million, to bring USDC to Cardano natively. Now, a bunch of questions arose from this, but basically what you need to know is that we're unclear if that $10 million or that 8-figure sum is like $1 million of work, $1 million of smart contracts, and $8 million of liquidity, right? Which would make sense. $8 million in liquidity makes sense, and $2 million for implementation is not too bad. But some people are saying, well, what if it's $10 million in implementation smart contracts and no millions in liquidity? That's a whole different ball game. Furthermore, Charles Hoskinson, the Cardano Foundation, and IOG stated that it is not their responsibility to fork up $10 million or 8-figure sum, right? We don't know if it's 10 million or 20 million, but 8-figure sums to bring USDC natively to Cardano. They say it's not their responsibility, it's not the best use of their money, and that we are a decentralized organization, a decentralized blockchain, and the community can figure out how to get it done if we want to get it done. And the community did just that. There are two big leaders in the Cardano community that are spearheading this charge to bring USDC natively to Cardano. That is Big Pay and Dan Gambardello. These two influencers and influential people in the Cardano ecosystem have pretty large followings and are pretty well respected in the space. They have formed a group to currently bring USDC natively to Cardano. And what they're trying to do is they're taking over from the Cardano Foundation what preliminary talks and conversations that were being had for the 8-figure sum to bring Cardano natively to USDC. They're taking over where that is left off from the Cardano Foundation. And then they're also going to research and figure out and build some metrics to lower the price of integration. There's a company out there, Intersect, that's helping Cardano with the D representatives in our governance scenario that we're going through right now, the governance implementation for Cardano. Intersect also provides things like grants, and they have provided Big Pay and Dan's group with $25,000 in order to research and understand what metrics Circle would like to see in order to show that Cardano is a good thing for USDC to be on. We want this to be a two-way conversation, and I think that's what they're currently trying to do. Big Pay and Dan are trying to understand, and their group really is trying to formulate a metric system and an active KPI dashboard for the Cardano ecosystem to show to Circle, hey, we have value, and bringing USDC to Cardano is not just a one-way bridge. It's not Cardano just wanting it. Circle should want it as well because of these metrics, because of these users, because of these transactions, because it will bring all of this to Circle and USDC via fees and funds and minting, and they can use all that money for whatever they do on the back end of their business. So these metrics that this group is forming is really helping to lower the price of implementation for USDC natively on Cardano, and it's showing Circle what the Cardano ecosystem is doing and what benefits can come to their company from implementing with us. With every new implementation, also there are good and bad, and everyone on Twitter wants to be a part of the conversation, right? There's always people saying about, hey, this is a good thing, and there's always people who are saying, hey, this is a bad thing, which is good. So I want to break down what both of these sides are saying so you can understand the conversation and kind of formulate a side to be on. So the people that are for USDC say that USDC is something that shows a lot of legitimacy on a chain. Only really the most legitimate chains with the most users have USDC native. So Cardano wants to be one of those things. People also say that more stablecoins is always better. It's never bad to have more stablecoins. Lastly, people think that USDC will bring liquidity, although you know, I don't think we're going to just magically have more liquidity because of USDC. That Algorand that didn't happen on, I think when Ethereum brought USDC in, it might not have happened as well, but it's not necessarily a correlation that USDC means more liquidity. But people are saying it might happen because of it. We might get more respect. It will definitely be in the news cycle and the media will take notice, which could be a better thing for Cardano. The people on the negatives of bringing USDC to Cardano are saying, hey, USDC is centralized, right? We're a decentralized chain. Why would we want a centralized stablecoin? They're also saying this cannot be the best use of $10 million to bring USDC to Cardano. Alongside that, they're also saying, hey, we have USDM, we have IUSD, we have MyUSD. We got a lot of their stablecoins. We don't need to match the stablecoins of the broader ecosystem. In my opinion, my personal stance is I think USDC is a good thing to bring to Cardano. I want the legitimacy. We want to mirror Ethereum and be like, you know, show that we have just as much influence in the ecosystem as Ethereum. We can do all the same things, and we can have the same stable coins, right? USDC, USDT natively on Cardano. We want to be the next Ethereum. I think we should bring USDC because of that. I think it's good for marketing for Cardano, and I think it's a good use of funds. We have 1.5 billion ADA in the treasury, right? I think it would be okay to use some treasury funds once SIP 1694 is through and we can vote on it and use like the, you know, $10 million in ADA to bring USDC to Cardano. I think it would be a good thing overall. I think the faster it happens, the better. If you haven't been following what's been happening with USDC and Cardano on Twitter, this is basically the wrap up. My whole job here is to bring all the information from Twitter into YouTube in case you don't use Twitter, but USDC I think is a good thing to bring to Cardano. If there's a proposal, I would vote to bring it in. I think it's a good use of funds. Maybe Circle is price gouging Cardano a little bit. Hopefully Big Pay and Dan's group can help bring the price down. I think if it was reduced in half, maybe to like $5 million, that would be totally reasonable and totally worth it. The big question is, how much does it cost to implement? How much does it cost for smart contracts? And what is needed for liquidity, right? Do you think USDC should come to Cardano natively? Do you think it's okay to just use the bridge, or do you think it's better to just use the native stable coins that we already have on Cardano, like USDM and MyUSD? The big thing also is Charles Hoskinson's stance on stablecoins is that we need to push algorithmic stablecoins because they're decentralized, really. And so the question is, do you think we should be using centralized stablecoins like USDC on Cardano, or should we really go with the algorithmic stablecoin like Charles Hoskinson seems to think, like JED or maybe any others that want to pop up? And do we trust algorithmic stablecoins, right? I think really they've been doing much better this bear market. I'd like to see how they work in the next bull market if we can get a major algorithmic stablecoin running. But I'd be curious to know if you think algorithmic or centralized stablecoins like fiat-backed stablecoins are going to be better. Let us know in the comments what you think, and I hope you enjoyed the video.